evening, Rotorua, tonight on City News. The ACT Party causes a stir with their new advertising campaign. A new Chinatown shopping precinct proposed for Rotorua, and the results from the weekend's Bay-wide rugby competition. Those stories and more up next in detail on City News. The ACT Party has launched its election campaign with a half-page spread in the Weekend Herald. It featured the Māori sovereignty flag and urged people to vote for ACT to stop national handing over the country for Māori Party votes. The advertising campaign also featured the headline, "Fed up with pandering to Māori radicals." Māori Party co-leader Tariana Turia has replied, saying the advertising campaign is deeply offensive. Ms Turia says the campaign is not in the interests of New Zealand moving forward, and she says the Māori Party will not be wasting time in commenting further on the ACT Party. ACT Party leader Don Brash told Radio New Zealand the ad reflected a very deep frustration on the part of many people that successive governments have been trying to appease a group of quite radical Māori who have a view of New Zealand that is not only fundamentally different from what most New Zealanders want, but fundamentally different from any reasonable interpretation of the Treaty of Waitangi. In a recent City News interview, I asked ACT Party leader Don Brash to explain his concern about where New Zealand was heading with race relations.
And I think the danger is that New Zealand is moving on a track towards separate development. I mean, we now have, as I mentioned, the Special Advisory Board in Auckland Council. The Environmental Protection Authority has a separate Maori Advisory Committee. Environment Bay of Plenty has separate Maori wards. We still have separate Maori electorates in Parliament. I think that's a dangerous trend. I mean, I was in Parliament, there were 21 Maori in Parliament, only 7 elected on Maori seats. But the fact that there were 14 others there elected on their merit, to me means that we don't need the separate Maori electorates. So I'm passionately opposed to separate development.
And we have more from ACT Party leader Don Brash later in the programme. Rotorua's Asian tourism market is growing so steadily, a Chinatown-style shopping precinct in Rotorua has been proposed to cater for those needs. In 2010, 210,000 Asian visitors came to Rotorua, which equates to approximately 20% of the 1.1 million international visitors that visit New Zealand. Tourism Committee member Elizabeth Valentine of the Aviation, Tourism and Travel Training Organisation expressed some concern that such a development could overshadow Rotorua's current cultural focus, and Deputy Chairman Oscar Nathan was also concerned about how an Asian shopping precinct would affect Rotorua's point of difference. And Tāmaki Tours Director Mike Tāmaki says he didn't think much of the concept, as the city's focus should be on its two key features, geothermal activity and Māori culture. But Rotorua Deputy Mayor and Kaupapa Director of Tourism New Zealand, Trevor Maxwell, says such a precinct was a good idea and would provide an added attraction to Rotorua, and he didn't think the concept would overshadow Rotorua's Māori culture. A meeting of health professionals, social service providers and the community was held at Council on Friday to create awareness and inform the public on the work being done around suicide prevention. The Hui Up Awareness Forum was organised by Treasure Rotorua, Lakes District Health Board and Te Runanga o Ngāti Pukeao Trust. Keynote addresses were made by Coroner Dr Wallace Bain, Lakes District Health Board Suicide Prevention Coordinator Christine Priestley and Grant Ricks from the Mental Health Foundation. One of the initiatives launched at the forum is a new resource called Check It Out. Co-creator of Check It Out, Celia Taumairangi, says her work in suicide prevention caused her to see the need for a discreet new tool people at risk could access.
Began a stall at WINS and suicide information, mental health information, it's there. And just a little part was talking to the prevention forum one day about we need a tool. And I thought about it and I was listening, but I was thinking I can do this. I can go home and play on my computer, and it's got to be little and small and discreet so teenagers can stick it in their pocket or ladies in their purse. And yes, I went home and I played about it, and we had a very baby AEIOU tool. It's now a AEIOU tool. And it's gone through many changes, which Mapi and Michael will tell you about, but that was the baby, that was the beginning. And yeah, I'm really happy today to see it. It's out there.
Celia Taumairangi says Check It Out will be widely available throughout the Bay of Plenty. Sydney kayaker Andrew Clark had an incredibly lucky escape from the bitterly cold waters of Lake Rotorua after he spent more than 3 hours swimming back to shore after his kayak sank near to Makoia Island. Andrew Clark is on holiday in Rotorua with his wife, 3 children and his wife's parents. Mr. Clark has had some kayaking experience and decided to use a kayak that was available on the property he was staying at in Nongotaha. He said he paddled within about 500 metres of Makoia Island and decided to return to shore. A third of the way back, the kayak began taking on water and was rapidly sinking. Mr. Clark said he was clinging on to the kayak for at least 15 minutes before deciding to swim back to Nongotaha. In sport tonight, to the Bay-wide rugby competition results for the weekend, and a win, a draw and a loss for the Rotorua teams in the competition. So to the results. And Te Puke Sport beat Mount Maunganui 21-10. Te Puna beat competition leaders Tauranga Sport 5-3. Oportigi took out Rotoiti 19-17. Waikite and Whakatane Maris drew 20-all, and Whakarewarewa beat Rangataua 24-7. To your weather, Rotorua and the surrounding area. Tonight, showers, some heavy, a chance of thunder. Gusty northwest winds, overnight a low of 6. Tomorrow Tuesday, showers gradually clearing, strong gusty westerlies, a high of 12 and a low of 7. Outlook for Wednesday, few showers developing, strong gusty northwesterlies, a high of 13 and a low of 9. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Tuesday, westerly rising to 25 knots, gusting 35 knots in the morning, waves about half a metre, poor visibility and heavy showers easing in the morning, then clearing by evening. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link, or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break, an in-depth interview with ACT Party leader Don Brash, and I talk with Tony Bland about glaucoma awareness.